the number one thing that I wanted to ask everybody is, what does role play mean to you guys?
Me? Well, are we taking turns here or not?
Just
one
go.
one at a time, and yeah, just go.
Alright, well, to me, I think it should be, or my opinion of it is, non-serious, serious patrols, but yeah, we're having fun as well. Like, yeah, we're role-playing. Yes, we are being serious according to the patrol. Like, not serious or serious, but like, I think we should still have fun with it. To, you know, like, it's really not being, it's not worth role-playing if it's not really enjoyable and it's just tedious. So,
Alright.
TJ, Chance, Rod, do you guys have anything to add in on the question?
Nope, because we just joined.
We just came in. I don't know what was the question.
Okay, so long story short, the question that I asked is, what does role play mean to you? One at a time, please.
Chance, go ahead.
What? No thanks.
Well, I'll just go ahead. Roleplay, like, what exactly do you mean by the question?
It's essentially been brought to our attention, not by one particular person, not by two particular people, but it's been brought to our attention that there's a lack of role play in LCEO. Number one being in non-serious patrol. Now, granted, yes, non-serious patrol is intended to kind of loosen the reins a little bit and let you guys have a little bit more fun, regardless if you're having fun in official patrols or not. It's intended to kind of let you guys still play the game when there's not an official patrol, but it's intended to give you guys a chance to do more things or hold yourself to the standard of a division that you guys want to go into or something to that effect. And it's been brought to our attention that I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I may disconnect, but it's intended to still be a patrol, so to speak, and maybe the ability for you guys to come up with scenarios that you guys might be able to pass on to the leadership to incorporate into official patrols. So again, my question to you guys is, what does role play mean to you guys?
Well, not shooting people with RPGs, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
I guess for me it would be not using or just not stuff that you really couldn't or wouldn't do according to what division you're in, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And actually like act like how they would in real life.
Okay. Another question that I have for you guys is, what about LCEO or Grand Theft Auto LCPDFR in general, what do you guys find to be fun? What do you guys consider fun as far as the game?
Basically, when we do like scenarios, player scenarios, it's either like on a big scale or a small, like big scale, like a hostage situation, something like that, something to that effect, or it could be something as little as just a traffic stop.
well, let me run something by you guys really quick then, that you said that. I go next? Yeah. My goal, when I first joined LCEO was to originally get into auto theft, and I found out about CID.
The reason I'm most interested about CID is because I can see the potential that it has to create roleplay events. For example, over the course of 4 patrols, CID can be gathering intelligence on an individual, and then during that 5th patrol, they can issue a warrant out for that person's arrest, which could be maybe kind of the focus of the patrol. For certain divisions, obviously.
I go, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what I find most fun about the patrol, right? Alright, well, our fun is in, like, scenarios. Like, I mean, I find fun that, like, yeah, it's roleplay, and yeah, I like that, but I like, having, like, I don't know if it's camaraderie or friendship, I guess, in here, but, like, the fact that you can, like, hop on and, like, do a little bit of roleplay with your friends, and, like, you don't have to have, like, a billion people on to do a roleplay. And, like, if there is a lot of people on, yeah, it's more serious, but that takes a little bit of the fun out of it. Try to put a downer on it, but, if the more serious people get on, then, like, it kind of gets a little less fun, at least for me. And I try to keep fun in it, and that's what I say.
Okay. Anybody else got anything? What do you mean by that, TJ?
Just like my, just like Michelson said, like if you get someone who's like all business all the time, and if we're in an unofficial patrol, and they want to be all business like all the time, that that takes away from the name unofficial or non-serious.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
That just makes non-serious patrols not fun at all, and then that could potentially spill over into a serious patrol where they don't even want to be in a serious patrol anymore.
Okay, fair enough. Something that was said yesterday and last night was, and I quote, "Non-serious patrol is still a patrol." End quote. Now that's not to say that every once in a while, if you want to blow off steam in a non-serious patrol, and you're absolutely right, Michelson. It's not a job. Um, it is not a job. It is intended to be fun, and if fun is not being achieved, there's something wrong. Okay. I guess what it boils down to is non-serious is more a base of ability for people to kind of come up with scenarios, test scenarios out, um, and kind of go from there. Really, the basis of the non-serious patrols are for you guys to kind of decompress, have a little bit more fun. Again, not saying that you're not having fun in officials,
your channel timed out.
but it is intended more for you guys to play with the different cars and play with different weapons and stuff like that. It's not a job. You're not required to be here, and if it's not up to your standards, I apologize. Okay, and that's one of the things that myself and Thomas are going to be working on as FTOs is trying to bring back the aspect of role play, number one, and number two, trying to get people in the mentality of this is just a game, we're here to have fun, but during official patrols uh, and whatnot. So yeah, Thomas is right. Terrence did say, I absolutely hate civilians. They should never exist in patrols. Yes, he did say that. But at the same time, I will say, I can understand the purpose behind civilians being in patrol because, again, take the time while you're in non-serious. Don't be just blowing people up with RPGs. Take the time in non-serious to maybe come up with scenarios that you want to pass by leadership that you want to see in patrols to add more realism.
Well, to my knowledge, there was only like one SWAT officer.
Fun.
Maybe,
Did I
maybe
spell
two.
channel wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, very
Probably.
wrong.
Well, and that is true. And it sucks, but trying to get our numbers up in LCEO is what's going to fill those voids of the fact that we only have one SWAT officer.
Let me
Go ahead, Thomas.
let me say one thing. What I said by there's a difference between unofficial and non-serious. What I'm saying by that is if you want to do an unofficial patrol, but you want to be, serious about it, no civilians, nothing like that, like you would in a serious patrol, just go ahead and use the Com1 live dispatch channel. Go ahead. It's free, it's open. The only time those channels are restricted is during official patrols. If you want to have a non-serious patrol where you just, you're kind of dicking around, doing whatever you want, but you're still kind of patrolling, go ahead and do that because I know there's two different types of role players. There's the people that want to role play as much as they can all the time. I'm one of those. There are the people that want to role play when they have to, or maybe a little bit more than they have to, but then they also want to have a lot of fun. Go ahead and do the non-serious patrols, but try to mingle with each other. Try to invite some of those guys to the non-serious. Try to invite some of the non-serious to the unofficials. And I'm not saying that a non-serious patrol is not unofficial. Don't quote me on that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make a difference between the two.
Another thing is if say, and I'll use this as an example, TJ, you and Thomas are in the non-serious channel, and you guys are just blowing the hell out of each other with RPGs. God, that came out wrong. But if you guys are in a non-serious chat or channel, and you guys are just beating the snot out of each other and whatnot,
User joined your
and
channel.
other people come in and they're chatting with you and whatnot, and they want to jump in game with you, feel free to say, hey, this is a non-serious, absolute, no patrolling, da-da-da-da-da-da situation. And if they still want to come in, that's their own damn fault for catching an RPG in the side of their car. Just saying. But it also works the other way of if you guys are actually having a semi-serious patrol in non-serious and you guys have other people that come in, feel free to say, hey, this is a semi-serious da-da-da-da-da-da. So it goes back and forth. You guys, so y'all are communicating, and if it does start blowing up with more and more people, and none of us corporals are on, none of us leadership are on, feel free to designate a person that wants to take command and control of the channel. And if you start having problems with people that are just RPG after RPG in a semi-serious, then don't reinvite them. Tell them get fucked. Use my words. I don't care. But it goes back and forth.
Yeah, which question about videos?
Okay.
What were y'all arguing on when I had returned?
That's what I'm getting to, Rod. Tom, I think it was Thomas. Someone and Michelson were going back and forth about, and we were in an unofficial patrol, and Michelson and someone was going. I don't know if it was Thomas or not.
It's me, yeah.
Yeah, Michelson and Thomas were going back and forth about because Michelson wanted to make a video for an unofficial patrol for his YouTube video, and Thomas said no.
That's not the case though. Let me explain what.
Okay, let me rephrase. He said that there's no need to make a video during an official patrol. I want to know his.
Again,
That's basically what you said. Okay,
No.
whatever you said, I want to know. I just want to
Okay,
know your
this is not
thought process.
a forum to be starting to beat the piss out of each other verbally. It's to try and get more understanding of what fun and role play is for you guys, so we can help facilitate future training to help better everybody. So I I'm sorry that I'm gonna stop you, but if you have a question somewhere in there, TJ, feel free to still ask it, but don't be wording it in such a way that you're throwing somebody under the bus.
Okay, it's just what I thought Thomas said.
Okay,
There's no
fair
need
enough.
to.
I mean, are we gonna get to the topic of YouTube videos at some point?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start talking about YouTube videos now. What are your guys' thoughts on YouTube videos?
Well, I mean, personally, I think they should, yes, help the patrol, but yes, if it's a YouTube video, if the people that are serious are doing a video, they can, do a serious video. If the people that are being non-serious but still patrolling, like Tate said, I forget which one it was, which was, you're kind of being, silly, but you're not, being too serious, but you're patrolling. Like that,
Semi-serious.
Patrolling
yeah,
in a non-serious manner.
semi-serious. Like those two people can have their separate videos, but yes, they're still like, helping by, advertising like this is LCEO, stuff like that. Like, yes, I think we should be able to use the pack to do that, because whatever way are you gonna advertise LCEO? Are you gonna drive around LAPD cars and say, oh, we're LCEO? And it doesn't really make sense. But yes, you can put like the link to your group in the description, but like, that's like, or like,
I
yeah, like
I
if
agree
we,
with Thomas, what he just said at the bottom. We should have one YouTube channel. And with that being said, then, Thomas, we should go to the leadership and talk about having a media team. Uh, a team of people that are willing to.
User joined your channel.
A group of people that are willing to video record our patrols and then upload them. Now, I do know of one person that does record patrols that he's in, and whatnot, and posts them. I'm okay. So you're number 2 then, and Michelson is number 3. So if we want to have a media team of people that service our quote unquote media department, where they're doing such as a promotional video, as in they're in a cops episode, by all means, but we need to figure out who all is going to be in this group, who all is going to nurture it, and then everybody else needs to respect the fact that y'all are in a semi-serious patrol to where you're making this video. And I know that if you guys are doing something like that and it comes across on your video, you can turn around and edit that part out, and just say in your video that you crashed. Big deal, so what?
wait, what did you say that out? Sorry, I didn't get that part. I wasn't, whatever.
Sorry, I was reading the bottom of TeamSpeak.
I just didn't hear the part where you said edit out, so to make that clear for me.
If you guys are going to be making a video, promotional video, or non-serious patrol video, that's fine. Again, it basically means do not be putting in random packs of LAPD or Las Vegas Metro or anything like that. Use LCEO's pack for LCEO videos and so forth.
could add to that, I mean, I'm new here, but towards the YouTube side of things, naming your videos, if you're doing a semi-serious role play in it, make sure that the title of the video actually reflects that it's semi-serious and not to do with the official side of things, which would be serious.
Okay, so I know there's a lot of chat in the bottom of TeamSpeak, but as open air comes, feel free to chime in. Again, do not use this as a throw people under the bus scenario. It is literally to figure out what you guys want out of LCEO so we can help facilitate that.
I mean, I just want to like, yes, do patrols with you guys, do serious patrols, do non-serious patrols, and like still have fun with it and make YouTube videos for the better of the clan or group. Sorry.
TJ, you got something? I know you're very active down there.
Yeah, I just asked about having like an explorer program for like younger people.
Explorer.
Yeah,
Explorer
I put an
program.
idea out.
What's that? Please elaborate.
Basically, younger people get a chance to ride along with our quote-unquote sworn officers and see if they actually want to be in the clan. But the thing is, everyone's talking about maturity. What I'm like suggesting is that if the Explorer program sounds like a good idea to leadership, then if they put that in place, then give the younger people a chance to at least do a ride along or two. And if leadership doesn't deem them like mature, then leadership can deny them.
Okay, Chance, you're up.
What?
Well, no, I'm saying you're up because I know you're pretty active at the bottom of TeamSpeak as well.
Oh yeah, I'm just ranting about things. Just like I want like more scenarios, as me and Thomas have just agreed that doing patrols are just getting bland. It's just you driving around and around doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, it's because no one wants civilians in unofficial or official patrols.
Well,
it would need to be organized though.
Let's just kind of put that to bed. Okay. Again, it boils down to it's not that we're complete. Well, one person in LCEO leadership did say that, but the point being is that what it boils down to is number one. If you guys want to be coming up with scenarios, the only way you're going to be able to come up with scenarios is by practicing them.
Yeah, like we could do that during YouTube videos as well, because like, you know, what else to do, right?
And also, think of it like this: in the real world, how often do things blow up to the point to where you've got the entire media looking at you and stuff like that? And those are the types of scenarios people want. Yes, I get that. I've been on numerous ride-alongs. You know how many times I've actually rode in a car that's gone code 3 out of all the ride-alongs I've ever been on?
Not very often, I bet. Yeah.
2. And so I'm not joking. It's not very often that police are screaming call to call to call to call to call to call, let alone having a bank robbery or Mission Impossible or anything like that. Yes.
Well, I mean, this is like the patrols, like someone said, like they are getting very just like, I get that, yeah, like that's like what regular police do, but then again, this is like we are supposed to have fun and like, yes, I get like, you know, patrolling around the car, but you know, like the car is cool and all, but like, you know, we're here to do things besides from like sit in a car and just ride around all day.
Well, and of course that's another thing, like I said, that's going to kind of be flushed out in training. It's not going to be that you can't do a single call, not that you can't do a single traffic stop. It just boils down to uh, the other day I was in an official patrol, and it seemed like every 5 seconds I heard somebody chiming in, going from one call all the way across the map to another call, or
Well, then
I'm
we
on
should
this
just turn off callouts.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, uh, it just boils down to the fact of the matter being that I I've been hearing people every 5 seconds doing something, and that's not reality. Number one. Number two is the game engine is very stupid. The civilians in this game are very stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They don't. They're just an animation to the AI. They're not intelligent animations. They're they're not up to the standards of, say, Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs is a lot more interactive AI, but
Well, if you're not,
unfortunately, this isn't Watch Dogs. What I'm more or less getting at is, if you're on a traffic stop and you clear your traffic stop and somebody bashes into you just as you're getting in or getting out of your car, don't immediately pull that guy over. Get out of the area, fix your car, and then start looking for something else.
yeah. Well, I mean, you are gonna call out like a pursuit or something, right?
Well, yes, but it like I said, I'm trying to infuse just a little bit more realism into the game to
So
where
like
you're
use
not
judgment, basically.
right. Don't it bothers me that you're sitting on one corner in the city for 30 minutes dealing with car after car after car after car that smashes into you. That's ridiculous. That's your entire patrol. I mean, granted, if it were real world, somebody bashed into you, you damn right I'm pulling them over. But it again, it just boils down to uh, the AI civilians within GTA are just animations.
Okay.
That's all they are.
Well, therefore, with what you said about the callouts, I don't want to throw you under the bus at all, but like, yeah, it's realistic. Yeah, we know we all know that the AI is stupid, but like, if we take all that into consideration and follow that, is like, what we think, we'd have nothing to do, like, at all. We'd just be sitting in a car somewhere, and that's what you don't want.
Again, I'm not saying don't take callouts. I'm
I
not
know.
saying don't pull people over. I'm just saying don't allow yourself to get stuck on the same corner for your entire patrol.
Understood.
Take random callouts. Oh, hey, this might be fun, so I'm gonna take this domestic. Okay, on my way. Or, I just cleared a call and they're sending me for a pursuit. Um,
How long should you wait before you
it
take the next call?
it's a judgment call. If you want to pretend like your district is extremely busy for a patrol, go call to call to call to call. Make traffic stop after traffic stop. Big deal. So what? It's our patrols are what you make of them. What I'm more or less getting at is what it boils down to is uh, infuse a little bit more realism into your game, just in the sense of I'm clearing with this traffic stop and I just got smashed into. Fuck it, I'm going off on and doing my next thing. I'm not going to sit here for the next 15-20 minutes pulling every car over that bashes into me. That's more or less what I'm talking about. Absolutely, TJ. Absolutely.
Radio traffic gets held up a lot. I've noticed that a lot. Radio traffic has been getting held up, and the dispatchers are having to shut everyone up to explain what to say in radio and what to say in game chat, and so on.
Another thing is allowing yourself time between callouts and traffic stops will also free up more resources for those times of, oh shit, TJ just got into a pursuit. Maybe he needs assistance. I'm going to zip my ass on over there and help him out. Or shots fired. I need to drop everything I can and run. So that's more or less what I'm trying to get at is allowing yourself the time between calls and traffic stops that you might be available for something like that. If for some reason, and it happens all the time, even in the real world, I'm a supervisor or I'm a sergeant, and I've got all my Joes that are out doing something, and I'm on a traffic stop, and I really want to tack this guy to the wall with a citation, but then one of my officers calls for assistance. Well, if I know that it's not something that I have to be there or next second, I'm gonna finish up with what I'm doing, and I'm gonna cite the guy that I've got pulled over, and then I'm gonna go. And also another thing, dispatch, um, maybe again, this is not to throw you under the bus specifically, but say I call you and say Tom 70 is headed to a domestic, and I say that I'm going code 1. Uh, any time between the time that I call out that I'm headed to a domestic and the time I say I arrive, dispatch, you're more than welcome to chime in and say, Tom 70, can you step it up? We just got reports of weapon involved. Something like that. Something to throw more reality into the game, and just, again, it's about freeing up radio traffic so we're not tripping over each other, and we're adding a little more realism to it. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yes, I have a few actually. I've been sitting here listening, and first of all, I don't know why this meeting was called, so I'm coming in on the end of it. Secondly, listening to some of the stuff that people are saying kind of threw me a little bit to where, you know, I'm really not sure really how to say this to mean anything, but first of all, we're all adults here. If you don't want to be a part of this and be an adult while you're playing, then it's not going to work for you. Just that plain and simple. Because there's too much crap
Do we
that's
have to be
happening.
black and white?
What do you mean we have to be black and white?
Do we have to just be black and white and say, this is role play or get
User
out?
joined your channel.
Mm,
No, well, we have to act like mature adults with this. This is a game. I understand that, but we're here for a reason. This is LCPDFR, not GTA, sort of say. So, I mean, if you feel like you want to run around and shoot up and beat up and everything else that's not in your outline description of what you're supposed to do, then that's not the group for you. I'm sorry, there's other ones out there. But if you want to be serious and come in here and do what you're supposed to do, follow the policy guide and go from there, and then make it plain and simple, that's how it's going to work. I put way too much time and effort and energy to this for it to just go to crap in a handbag. And, I don't mind
I don't
people
think
having fun.
it's going to
Well, that-
crap. I just think we want to have fun as well as being serious and
But
having fun with
okay.
people on here.
All right. Over the last week, I've been hearing complaint after complaint after complaint about stupid stuff that shouldn't happen. So that means we're not following the policy guide. We're not doing what we're supposed to do. And I understand it can be confusing. We got a lot of new people and a lot of old people that have no clue what's going on either. So, and I'll take blame for it because I haven't been here. But at the same time, it starts with the training. If we're not training people right when they come in here, then that's my fault. If we're not, making sure people understand the policy. How many people actually read the policy guide?
I did. I actually went over it like 3 or 4 times.
I read it too, so that's why I'm not causing drama or anything. That's why you never hear anything from me about complainings or anything.
I've read over it also, but
I read over it and tried to memorize it, but like I still want to improve on it to make it so that it's fun and enjoyable for everyone.
All right, and that's why this is ideas and suggestions. But to sit in a group and sit here and talk about, well, this ain't right, that ain't right, or we need to do this, we need to do that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to fix anything, because the only people that hear about it is the people that sit in that group. Then I hear little snippets of it when somebody comes and tells me. I want it straight from you, straight from the person that's complaining, and the person that don't feel like it's acting right, whatever the case might be. I need to hear from you, because there might be 3 or 4 other people that got the same idea or the same gripe that you have, but if it ain't coming out of your mouth, it's coming out of secondhand mouth, and I won't know. So, sorry to be so rude and inconsiderate at this point, but I've been getting messages all day from people who are I won't say disgruntled, but a little infurious about what's going on, and I can understand why, because I like I say, I take full responsibility for it, and I guess that's why it's hitting heavy on me, because it shouldn't be this way. It really shouldn't be this way. And, we come here to have fun. We come here to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do. This is a game. We want to have fun. We want to patrol. We shouldn't be chasing each other down with rocket launchers and running away from each other. That's not how you work. That's not how you work together as a team. And, if y'all want to act like 14, 15-year-olds, I'll treat you like that, and I'll remove you from the group. If you want to be adults about this, let me talk. If you want to be adults about this, we can be adults about that and move forward. It's just that simple. There is plenty of communication aspects in this group. One person don't need to tell another person who's going to tell another person who's going to come tell me. Or somebody's going to tell this person who's going to tell this person. It's not going to happen that way. We got to do it the right way, people. Because if not, it gets old real quick.
But I understand exactly what you're saying, but yes, this is a game. Yes, we are all friends here. We all want to enjoy it, but this is not a job. I don't want to butt heads with you, sir, but this is probably, for me, it's just like a hobby enjoyment for hang out with all the rest of you guys in patrol. But I want to enjoy it too and be here. So.
Okay, so what's your issue?
My issue is that I want to TJ. I want to be and patrol it with everyone, but if we want to say we were talking about this earlier, with the YouTube videos, help the clan by saying this is LCEO, but people are saying use the pack and do recruitment videos. Well, what's your definition of a recruitment video?
Okay, but how do you fix that problem? What's the easy way to fix that problem?
Make a video.
Talking to you.
Make a post.
Make a post.
There is an idea and suggestion post there for a reason. For you to go, okay, what about if we do YouTube videos? How do I go about doing that? Number one, that shows initiative from you. Number two, I know that you're going to take lead of it, get it done, and it's going to be right. So it's just that simple,
just
people.
about to do that, so.
It's just that simple, people. We're making it harder than we need to. We talk about it, we gripe about it, but we don't actually do it. We have to do it. We have to make it happen. And if and I understand there's bench warmers and there's players. Everybody's got their role. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, then pass it on to somebody else, let them do it. But we got to make it happen. I have no problem. We used to do YouTube videos, but the person who was in charge of that is no longer here. So of course, me personally, I can't record, don't care to. So it's not a big issue on my thing. But if that's something you want to do, you want to make it happen, I have no problem with that. No problem. But once again, post it, get comments from people on it, and we'll go from there. So we have a YouTube channel somewhere out there. So,
I just want to know how to do it without stepping on any toes. So
once again, you can't step on my toes if you go the right way. The right way is to post it, get opinions about it, and go from there. And of course, I might message you and say, okay, go ahead and do it. I might message you and say, let's revise this way. Why don't it work this way? Whatever the case might be. Don't make it difficult. That's all I can say. Don't make it difficult. Don't stress your mind over it. Just post it. Let everybody read it, because we're not hiding anything. We're not hiding anything. We're not trying to keep y'all from anything. But what we want is some organization and it done correctly. That's all we're looking for. So however asking me is not gonna get you anywhere. Post it. Get input from the people who are here in the group. These are the people that are playing. These are the people who's gonna make or break your idea. Not me. You don't want me to come along and say, oh, that's a poo-poo idea. You don't want me to do that. So post it, get your people, get everybody to post behind it. That's why we have the shout box so you can bring it to everybody's attention. Hey, new post, go write it, whatever the case might be. That's what we have to do.
I think that's perfectly said in the sense of if you want to see the tides of change, so to speak, you got to have a big enough boat to cause those ripples to wash onto your shores, so to speak. So, in essence, if you have ideas and suggestions, definitely use the ideas and suggestions forums on the headquarters. That's what they're there for. And as far as anything else, Terrence has said in the past numerous times that he doesn't just run this group, the members run the group. I don't. Yes, I'm a corporal. Yes, I'm an FTO, but I have just as much say as nobody in this group. I have as much say as the people supporting my idea. That's what I mean by that. That's what Terrence is saying. So if you can get people together to back you up on your opinions, your ideas, then unfortunately Terrence may not like the idea, but he's going to go with it because he has everybody's support and he wants to be here and he wants to have LCEO together for everybody. That's what he's here for. That's what LCEO is here for. That's why you're here. You're here for everybody else, more or less. Is that not what you were intending to say?
Pretty much. I mean, y'all are the members of the group. Unfortunately, my name is just on the group. When I say my name is on the website. I pay the bills. Basically, that's what it's on there. That's all it is. Y'all are the ones that come in here and make this group happen. Y'all the one that comes in here and patrols. And that's why if patrols messed up or something's messed up or something's not going right, that's you all doing that. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit here and follow behind everybody to make sure that they're following the rules. That is not what I do. That is not how I do it. I try to bring everybody together as a group so y'all can have fun, come up with ideas and things like that. But, your idea that you might have could be a great idea that I've never even thought of, seen, heard, or anything like that. So, throw your ideas out there. I have no problem with it, but you have to do it in the right perspective. Put it on the forum. Let people, say yay, nay to it, and go from there. Not everything's gonna work. Unfortunately, it's the nature of GTA. It is not our fault. It is not your fault. But everything's not gonna work. I'm gonna just be blatant and say that. We might want this script in. This script might not work. It might work for you and somebody else, but guess what? As a group, it might not work. And we run into that millions and millions of times. So, I don't want to rant and rave and all that good stuff, but I want everybody to be here. I want everybody to take control of these patrols because you make the patrol. I can go and patrol all I want to. Me being in a patrol is not going to make it any better. It's not going to make it any worse. If y'all don't patrol like you're supposed to patrol, that falls back on you all. All it does is piss you off and ruins everything else for everybody else. So if somebody's doing something that you're not happy with, take the initiative to say, hey, and I'm going to use, I use Tate for an example. Tate, you're not using radio codes, right? What's wrong with you? And the dispatchers has every right. I empower my dispatchers to say that. If they're not using radio codes, ignore them because they're not doing it right. Eventually, they're going to shut up and go away. So, make sure y'all doing the right thing.
I want to butt in on that because personally, I have dyslexia and it's hard for me to learn and spell and write and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, I do my best. I tried to memorize. I went over that sheet like I don't even know how many
User
times. And I
disconnected from
still
your
can't
channel.
like memorize
Okay.
the entire thing.
Okay, Michelson, stop a sec. What he's basically saying is if I'm just fucking off on the radio, then dispatch is to ignore me. But when I'm doing my job in official patrols, I say Tom 70 traffic. If dispatch wants to accept that, that's their choice. So I'm still technically following radio codes and radio information, whatnot. But everybody knows that I don't remember all the 10 codes. I know 10-4 because it's so widely used. I know um, 1080 because I'm a traffic officer. I have to know that. So it's use them if you know them. If you don't know them, use plain English. Plain English is just as good as saying 1080 because I can't tell you how many times I've heard on the radio, I'm 1096 to a 1019. What the fuck are you saying? Just say I'm en route to a domestic. I don't care. It says the same exact thing as saying 1096 to 1019. I don't even know if 1019 is a domestic, but I'm just saying.
Use common sense. It's basically if you can say I'm en route to that, say it. I mean, it's not gonna be a strict, okay, you gotta use 1010, this, I'm gonna be close this, close that. No. Make it plain and make it simple. And I'll spend this is one thing that irks me. You're on a call and you hear, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be going down Wichita Avenue, but you don't want to hear that on the radio. You want to get your point out, get it over, and get it done with.
Wait, do you want me to remember the entire like map?
No, use DAS.
Yeah, DAS tells you where you are.
Okay.
Use DAS #1, and if you have to, hit escape real quick and zoom into where you're at. I do it all the time.
But you don't want to be sitting there trying to, hold up, because you're holding up traffic. You got to think about it. Just 10 people. Actually, let me use a smaller number. 5 people in a game, and 5 people are trying to get on the radio at the same time. How much of a clusterfuck is that? So you got to remember, you're not the only person using the radio.
Well, what about 5 people trying to have fun?
Once again, you're not the only person using the radio.
Why not?
Okay. Everybody's got a different call. Supposedly have a different call. So, you got somebody over here doing something, you got somebody over here doing something, somebody 3 streets away doing something, and then they all need backup. So how are you going to get that all out if you're on the radio, holding the radio out? So just don't overthink the thing. Just say, okay, I'm in a 1080 going south wherever. I need a 1037 for this. I need a 1051 at this location. And be done with it. Radio traffic shouldn't be no more than 10, 15 seconds. You can say what you have to say in 10 to 15 seconds. Seriously.
All right. So nothing against anybody in particular. Because it's coming up on normal patrol time, I'm going to go ahead and call meeting. Thank you for the participants that took part in the meeting. Again, it was not intended to throw anybody under the bus. If you feel like you got thrown under the bus, I apologize. Again, thank you for your time in this meeting. And if you guys want to go into that, in the words of Chance, dick around session, by all means, feel free. If you don't, feel free to grab people up for regular patrol or whatever the case you guys want to do.
User
Just
left your channel.
please keep
User
coming up
joined your
with
channel.
ideas. Keep coming up with ideas during your non-serious patrols. Put them on the forums. We'll talk about them, we'll discuss them, and we'll see about trying to implement them into regular patrols to where we've got as many as we've got on right now. Again, thank you for your time being a part of this mini meeting. I was hoping it wouldn't go this long, but it is what it is.